Itasca State Park is a remnant. It's a 125-year-old park now, which was set aside in 1891 as the last of the large pine in the state. The late 1800s was what we would call the exploitative era of logging. There were a lot of towns that were booming in population: Chicago, Milwaukee, the Twin Cities, and there was a very extreme need for wood fiber for building. Minnesota's old-growth white pine was just the perfect material to do that. It was situated in the right place. A lot of logs from this area were cut, rafted down the Mississippi River to mills, and then further carried down to the cities to build those cities. And Itasca State Park was this place at the beginning of the Mississippi River watershed, and there were some very forward-thinking people that thought that this is something that needs to be preserved. And in 1891, it was put into law that Itasca would be set aside. It also protects the beginning of the Mississippi River watershed. So all of the water that falls within the park, or for the most of it, goes out the Mississippi River, and the park is here to protect that. Another unique thing about this is that we're right on the edge of three major biomes: the coniferous forest, the prairie, and the big woods. And so that location really provides a lot of uniqueness to our ecosystems here. We don't have as much of the prairie component, although 8,000 years ago this was prairie. Now we're mostly coniferous forest mixed with deciduous or hardwood forest. So it's kind of that mix that makes the park really unique ecologically, and we're really trying to preserve those ecological functions as the climate shifts a little bit. This tree is actually a couple of hundred years old. What you're seeing here is a fire scar as a result of probably what we would call a maintenance fire, or a low intensity fire that came through the forest. Red pine like this can withstand a certain amount of fire intensity on the ground. These forests are primarily fire dependent forests. They were started through stand replacing fires, big fires that rolled across the landscape and really scorched and cleaned everything out. Our goal here is to have healthy, resilient forests. We want complex forests with a lot of diversity. That way, when changes happen, if the climate warms or if we have more precipitation or less precipitation, the pieces that we have within the forest will hopefully be able to adapt to that as it comes along. This is 52 square miles of relatively pristine old growth forest, complex old ecosystems, and to be tasked with having the responsibility of protecting, maintaining these ecosystems is, you come out and walk in something like this and you feel really lucky and very passionate about having a role in keeping it the way it is, or protecting those ecological functions into the future.